What's going on, everybody? RJ Ochoa here from SB Nation's bloggingtheboys.com. Hope all is well wherever you are. We hope you're happy, safe, healthy, and we're back again today on Monday, May the 13th, 2024, with a second video. We launched one earlier in the day on Monday discussing the reports about Jared Goff and his would-be contract extension with the Detroit Lions, how that was going to impact the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. Amazingly, Jared Goff got that contract extension with the Detroit Lions. The number is now official, a little bit north of $53 million per year for Jared Goff. Everything that I talked about in the video still stands from a philosophical perspective. It's just now Goff has that deal where it was speculation at that point in time. But we are not here in this video to discuss that. We're here to discuss something else entirely. The NFL schedule will be released in totality this coming Wednesday, May the 15th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern for those of you, obviously, in the premier time zone of the United States. I say premier in terms of first. Central time zone, obviously the best. But we now know officially who the Dallas Cowboys will be playing in week one. As the week goes on, we'll, of course, have little leaks and reports about the schedule, and we'll keep track of those for you at bloggingtheboys.com. I'll put a link to our tracker down in the description below. But Monday afternoon saw official word that the Dallas Cowboys will, in fact, be visiting the Cleveland Browns in week one of the 2024 season. So a road trip for the Cowboys to get things started. Second year in a row where that is the case. Obviously, the Cowboys visited the New York Giants in week one last year, but it will be the Cleveland Browns who the Cowboys will visit in week one of this season. The game will be Fox's special big time window, America's Game of the Week, as it is called. And we now know, obviously, Tom Brady will be on the call. His first game as an NFL announcer. Remember that Tom Brady's final game as an NFL player came against the Dallas Cowboys. They lost that game. It was Dallas's first win ever against Tom Brady. And he is now set to make his NFL announcer debut with America's team on the field in front of him. He was with Fox and all the Fox dignitaries on Monday making the announcement. Here is how it all unfolded.
I know you've been waiting to call your first game. Yeah. And I got a little something for you, man. I got some big news. It's huge news because I have a little something that you don't even know. The NFL schedule isn't out yet, but I know a little something about your first game.
Are you going to tell me?
Maybe I will. You want to know?
I want to know.
You want to know?
Damn right I want to know.
All right, drum roll, please. For the first time in 5 years, the NFL on Fox opens with the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be your first game. And also another thing, week one is back to being an exclusive doubleheader window for Fox. So how do you like that news? You get to the Cowboys first week.
Amazing. Obviously, having the Cowboys on is a huge draw. As America's team, that's going to get a little hard for me to say that all the time. I understand they were the competition for a long time. But in this new role, I know the Cowboys, how important they are to this network. They got great storylines. Come on, Dak Prescott, let's see if he can finally come through. One of the great defensive players. Did that just slip out? Micah Parsons, what a great player he is, and Coach McCarthy. So I love covering them. I've been obviously going against them for a long time, and now I get to tell everyone how great they are.
Oh, I already like what you're doing, man. I already like it.
You saw it in the graphic there. It is the first time since 2019 that Fox will start the season with the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, the first game of the season, the opening Thursday game, this is a very complicated thing. It's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. It's not Thursday night football. Thursday night football is its own property, but that first game of the season does take place on a Thursday. However, it is a Sunday night football broadcast. So if we're speaking in the actual terms, it's Sunday night football on Thursday. Very complicated situation. The Cowboys, of course, played Tom Brady in that time slot just 3 years ago when the Cowboys visited the Buccaneers when Tampa Bay raised their banner, having won the Super Bowl the year prior. But the Cowboys have made a bit of a habit of appearing on NBC properties, which is what Sunday Night Football is, over the last few years. That's why it's been since 2019 that Fox has not had the Cowboys. 2020, Dallas opened the season on the road against the Los Angeles Rams. That was on Sunday Night Football. 2021, I just mentioned, Dallas opened on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when Tampa Bay raised their banner. That was on Sunday Night Football. 2022, the Dallas Cowboys opened up at home against Tom Brady's Buccaneers, but that was on Sunday Night Football as well. That was the night that Dak Prescott hurt his thumb and everything went crazy. And of course, last year, 2023, the Dallas Cowboys opened up on the road against the New York Giants, also on Sunday Night Football, again on NBC. So 4 years in a row, the Cowboys were the first Sunday night game of the season. Again, not the Thursday night, except for the one time, obviously, visiting Tampa in the 2021 opener. But Tom Brady on the call with Kevin Burkhardt, Aaron Andrews, Tom Rinaldi. It is a great crew. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch them. The Cowboys have actually visited the Cleveland Browns in the season opener before in somewhat recent history. It was all the way back in 2008 when the Cowboys visited the Cleveland Browns in week 1 of that season. They won that game. The Cowboys did 28-10. This game, Dallas at Cleveland, will mark not just the NFL debut of Tom Brady as an announcer, but it will be the first time that the Cowboys get to face off against wide receiver Amari Cooper since trading him away a little over 2 years ago. So needless to say, that will serve as a big time massive storyline. We'll see obviously what else the NFL has in store for the rest of the Cowboys schedule as well as the NFL schedule at large, I should say. Like I said, we will have some breadcrumbs that drop, some leaks, and some actual reports. The NFL over the course of the last couple of years has now taken to officially reporting and officially releasing, I guess I should say, a handful of games in the days leading up to the official schedule release. They generally work in partnership with the league's partnering broadcast partners. I've said the word partner several times in one sentence there. This is obviously a Fox property that you just saw. That's why they announced their games. The Today Show will announce, obviously, some NBC games is what they'll have going on. CBS will have their things that they do. I would imagine, obviously, maybe, not the PGA Championship this week. That'll take place on Thursday. Well, after. But you get the point. You get the idea. The point is, we now know that the Dallas Cowboys will visit the Cleveland Browns in week 1. It's been a very long day, especially with all this Dak Prescott, Jared Goff stuff. But wanted to make sure that we had something up on the channel for you discussing this. I'll have lots of scheduled discussion and analysis all throughout the early parts of this week at bloggingtheboys.com. So make sure to check that out. Also, make sure to subscribe here to the Blogging the Boys YouTube channel where you can find me talking Dallas Cowboys all the time. If you like me talking Dallas Cowboys, you can follow me. I'm RJ Ochoa on Twitter, Instagram, or Threads at RJ Ochoa, or on TikTok at rj.ochoa. If you would like to send me an email, you can do so, rj.ochoa@sbnation.com, or you can leave a comment down below, and I'll do my very best to get to those also. Cowboys at Browns in week 1, 4:25 p.m. Eastern. So, my favorite thing has been when the Cowboys play on Sunday Night Football, you get that first Sunday, you get to watch Red Zone all day, hang out with Scott Hanson. We won't quite get that, but it'll work itself out. Don't worry. We'll figure things out as they go along. Consider that the Eagles are going to be in Brazil in week 1, so that's not what the Cowboys have going on for themselves at the very least. But what will the score be? Cowboys at Browns week 1. I'm curious. You let me know in the comments down below. But for now, I bid you adieu. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you next time.